Hey shoppers out there, it's Monday, so you know what that means. A new week with lots of adventures to be had. I'm going to be taking you guys along on my adventures with me. So on my Monday, which is today, I got up early so that I could catch up on neighbours and not be disturbed, and I had some bear cuddles and he's getting so big. I then had some lemon curd toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and then my dad got back from work and my mum got up and me and my mum were just watching a little bit of TV. And then I got myself ready to go off for a walk, and we've been having such lovely sunshine and blue skies at the moment. I'm hoping it stays. And I got my headphones and my backpack ready and then headed off on a walk, and I was listening to some music whilst on my walk. And then I went off to one of the flower shops and I got some flower starts on there and I'll show you guys. They've always got such lovely bouquets of flowers in there, and I was having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeepers in there. And I also got some plant starts on there, and they'd had a load of new succulents in, so I was able to get starts of those, and I'll show you guys that. I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty plant pots. I then went off and had a look on some of the charity shops. I got into a few just before going to a flower shop. I love a charity shop, and I bumped into Amelia and her mate, so I was chatting with them. And then I headed off to Greg's and got myself some lunch from there, and I had that in there, and I'll show you guys that. It was so good. It was pretty busy in there, so the queue was quite long. And then after that, I went off to have a look around some more of the shops, and went off to the plant shop at the top of the high street and got some plant stuff from there that I'll show you guys. I love those plants in there and all the plant displays. I was having a lovely chat with the plant shopkeepers, and then I went off to my workplace as I saw one of the regulars who was outside in the courtyard, so I quickly went over and chatted with them and saw my colleagues who were on shift and I had a chat with them. And then just before leaving, I got a mirror selfie from there. I love that mirror. It reminds me of the mirror from Harry Potter, and it's so pretty. I then went off to Greg's and ended up getting myself a biscuit from there to take away, and it's got a heart on and it's so cute. And got myself a drink for the walk up to the garden centre as I was heading up to the garden centre, and I made my way up there and was listening to some music on my headphones, listening to a lot of Kylie. I've been obsessed with Can't Beat the Feeling, which is from her Avatar T album, and it's such a great song. Gets me so pumped. I've been listening to a lot of Shania Twain as well. And I got to the garden centre and I got some plant starts, and they had a bit of a move around on some of the plants, like displays and stuff. And so I was having a look around there and got some plant starts. They've got lots of new plants and plant pots and succulents in, and I just love all the pretty plant pots, and the plant displays are so pretty. I then got some flower snaps. They've got such lovely colours on. Spring is definitely on its way. All the flowers are starting to bloom, and it is so exciting. I love this time of year. Lighter evenings, sunshine, blue skies, and all the flowers that I can get snaps of. And I'm just so excited to be able to get lots of flower snaps out and about on my walks. And then I got Tash her birthday present, as her birthday is in May, but I like to be organised. I've also got my younger sister's birthday present as well, so I'm doing well so far in the gift giving for a lot of people. I have a lot of people to get presents for their birthdays, and I've also got her birthday card. I can't wait to give Tash her birthday card and present. I know that she's going to love this gift. I want one, to be honest. I was so tempted to, but I don't think I'd be able to. I wouldn't be able to fit two of them in my bag, so I've had to give it a miss. Also, I don't need it. So I was like, nope. Because I was this close to getting one as well, but I was like, nope, don't need it. Showed my younger sister when I got back from being at the garden centre, and she was like, go back and get me one. I was like, not a chance. I'm not walking back up there after I only just got back. And I had a lovely stroll back from the garden centre, was listening to some more music, and sat on a bench to kind of rest my legs because I thought they were going to drop off because I'd done a lot of walking today and I was absolutely cream crackered. And then I got back, and of course my younger sister saw, and she wants one. I was like, I've already got your birthday present and that's not it. And I would have had one, but I didn't know where I'd put it in my room, to be honest. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't get one for myself, to be honest. And also I'm trying to save my pennies, which is good because it's going to be a long month. This month is a very long month, and me and Tash are going on holiday in May, so I've got to try and save it for that. I'm so excited to go off to Brighton, and she sent me through snaps of the Airbnb so I can show my mum, because when I tried to go onto the website where the Airbnb was, it wouldn't let me for some reason. So I'm going to be showing my mum snaps of the Airbnb. She's getting the bigger room, I'm getting a smaller room, because the last few times we've kind of picked randomly and I've managed to get the best room. So this time she can have the big room and I can have the small room. And yeah, I just cannot wait. There's so many things we're going to be doing in Brighton. We've got a massive itinerary, and yeah, we're going to be planning more of that tomorrow, as I'm meeting with her tomorrow for a breakfast, and then we're going to go into town for a little bit of shopping and go to this pancake place, as it is pancake day tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Bloody love pancakes. Let me know in the comments what you like to have on your pancakes. I am probably a Nutella and banana kind of person, or blueberries. Love blueberries and strawberries on pancakes. I also have those mini ones normally for my breakfast with some strawberries and blueberries on, which are always so good. And then I watched today's Home and Away with some of my journal, and was listening to a bit of music, some drawing and colouring in, and I had the biscuit that I got before going off to the garden centre with a cup of tea, and I'll show you guys that. It's such a cute biscuit and it was so delicious, and I had my cup of tea in my Cup of Ambitious mug, which is huge, great, perfect size for a cup of tea. And then I was just doing some illustrations and colouring some of those in, and was reading some more of One Day, and was watching some episodes of Friends, and been watching a lot of Friends at the moment, and Joey just cracks me up. And then I switched my Bluetooth doll into a new look that I'll show you guys. Here's my Bluetooth doll's new look, starting off with the shoes. She's got these white high heels on, then she's got these blue denim shorts on with flower details on, and a yellow cardigan, and a pink floral t-shirt. I love that look, very spring weather vibes now that it's coming to spring. And then I watched today's Home and Away and listened to a bit of music and just did some drawing and colouring in. I was tidying up my office and Dolls and Dollhouse, and then for my tea I had some pizza, and I'm going to show you guys that. The pizza was so good. I'm now off to go and watch today's UK soaps and finish my journal entry for today, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday and also Pancake Day. Happy Pancake Day, guys. So I was supposed to be going off into town with Tash, and we were going to go to this pancake place because it is Pancake Day and has some delicious pancakes. Unfortunately, Tash forgot that she had work. She got her shift muddled up and thought that she wasn't working, but she was. So we weren't able to hang out, which was sad. But my bestie for college, who I hadn't seen for 5 months as we'd been so busy and she'd not been very well, she'd hurt her back, was able to meet me for a catch up as she was feeling a lot better. And I messaged her, I was like, let me know when you're free, and she said she was free on Tuesday. And I said, I have just had a gap open up, and so didn't have anything planned, so decided to have a catch up with her, and I was very excited as I hadn't seen her in ages. So today I had a catch up with Sarah, and I got up and showered and changed and had some breakfast, watched a bit of TV and listened to a bit of music, and then I headed off to get the bus to meet Sarah in the mall. And I have to take 2 buses now because there used to be 1 bus that just go to the mall, and I have to get 2 buses, which is such a faff. So I got to the bus stop and was listening to music on my headphones whilst on the bus, and the bus came quite quickly, and then got to the second bus in and met at the food court, and then we went off to have some lunch at Slim Chickens, and I had some chicken wraps and some chips with a massive portion of coleslaw and had a milkshake. And then me and Sarah were just having a lovely catch up, and the food was so good, and I've only been there about once or twice, but I've always had such good food in there, and I'll show you guys a snap of the food. It was then absolutely stuffed, so we just sat and chilled in there for a bit, just chatting quite a lot. We're both chatterboxes, and we were having a lovely catch up, and I was showing her photos of Bear and she was showing me photos of her nephews, and I can't wait to be Mad Uncle Dan, and she keeps asking if I'm an uncle yet, and we were just talking about our families and stuff, as we're both the middle child and both have 5 siblings, so 1 of 5, which is crazy. And then we got a photo together, which we always do whenever we have our catch-ups. It's like an annual thing now, and I'll show you guys that. Then after that, we went off and had a look around some of the shops, and we went into Next, New Look, and Marks and Spencer's, and then went off to W. Smith, and I got a notebook that Tash has, and now we're notebook twins, and also got the last book of the Bridget Jones book series. And then we went off to B&M and also went to Smith's, and I got a Bratz doll and a Barbie doll that looks really Carpenter, and a fashion set for clothes for my beat-up doll. And then me and Sarah headed back to the mall to get the bus back, and I said goodbye to her, thanked her for a great day, and then on my way out I got a bubble tea. I love bubble tea so much. I had a mango passion fruit one with blueberry bubbles in, and then I had a quick look in the Entertainer, and I went off to one of the clothes shops which sell really nice jumpers, but they're so blooming expensive, so I wasn't going to be getting any of them from there. And I got a snap of this pretty plant display they had up on one of the shelves. It's so pretty in there. I love all the plants dotted around the place, and all the pretty mirrors, and the jumpers and clothes in there are so nice, but maybe I'll wait until there's a sale on because they're a little bit pricey. And then I headed off to get the bus back, and the bus was about 40 minutes away, so I sat and had the rest of my bubble tea. Then the bus came, and I then got the bus back, didn't get the second bus back home, and got that, and I got dropped near to the garden centre, and then headed up there and got this ginormous mushroom plushie that I saw the other day, and I was going to get it, but I wasn't going to get it, and then I just kept on thinking about it and had to get one. I also got one for my younger sister, and then I made my way back, and I'm now home, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of all the things that I got whilst out today from W. Smith's and from Smith's, and also got plushie from the garden centre. Here are some of the things I got today whilst out at the mall having a catch up with Sarah. So first of all, we went off to W. Smith's, and I got the last book of Bridget Jones, and I cannot wait to read this. I saw it in the cinema and I cried and laughed, and I'm ready to do that all again. I also got this notebook. Tash has the same notebook, and it's going to be her work notebook, so I thought for the banter I'd get the same notebook so we could be notebook twins. And then I went off to Smith's, and I got this Sasha Bratz doll, going out doll, which is stunning. I love the puffer jacket and the top. It's got to have a bit of cheetah print for Sasha, and then these boots as well. They're so stunning. and you can see the illustration here. And then she's got a handbag and some sunglasses. And I got this doll, it was a fashionista one, and she looks just like Sabrina Carpenter. And I'm probably going to put this dress on my Blue Tuck doll and put her in a different outfit. If she had bangs, she'd look even more like her. And yeah, I definitely need to put this on my Blue Tuck doll. I'm going to open that, and then this fashion pack as well. And then after going to the mall with Sarah, we said our goodbyes and I thanked her for a lovely day. And then I head off back home, and I got the bus back to near to where the garden centre is. And then I got this ginormous mushroom plushie. Look at his little face, he's so cute. He is huge. Didn't know why I put him in my room, but I knew I had to get one. I also got my younger sister one, and I'm now going to open this doll and that fashion pack, and I'll show you guys those out of box and out of the little packet they come in. Here is my Sabrina Carpenter vibes Barbie fashionista doll out of box. I love this dress, it's definitely going to go on my Blue Tuck doll, and love the shoes as well. I just got a little bracelet on, and I love her hair. If she had bangs, she'd look even more like her. If I knew how to, I'd probably try and turn it into a Sabrina Carpenter doll, but I do not know. I'm not that crafty, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to put this on her. Definitely matches her vibe. And it comes with these sunglasses. This is the fashion pack. So there's this set with the skirt and top, and then shorts and top, and these sunglasses. I'll probably put that on her. And yeah, I love those outfits. Can't wait to put that on my Blue Tuck doll, and this one as well, and change it into that. I've now put the doll, it looks a bit like Sabrina Carpenter, in that patchwork coloured outfit set, and put the other fashion set with the blue top and skirt in my Blue Tuck doll's bag, and that purple Sabrina Carpenter vibe dress also in the bag, and I'm going to be putting that on my Blue Tuck doll, and can't wait to make some mix and match outfits with my Blue Tuck doll with those new outfits that I've got for her. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and just chill before going off to Jigsaw volunteering tonight. I think we're going to be doing some pancake day kind of stuff, and we'll see you when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jigsaw volunteering I go to on Tuesday nights. I got up there and I got myself some tea from Aldi just before going off to Jigsaw Youth Club volunteering, and I got to Jigsaw and we were doing some pancake making as it's pancake day, and we did a technique where you lit a candle and then put the tin on top and then put the batter on the top of the lid of the tin, and then the candle would cook the batter and turn it into a pancake, and it turned out really well, and I'm going to show you guys photos of that. It was so delicious, and then it was the end of the session and I got picked up by my dad and got back, and my tea I had a Meredale from the Meredale section for Aldi and had some wraps, and my older sister was over and she was doing some pancakes, and we had some pancakes and I had a Nutella pancake with some banana on, and I'll show you guys that. Nutella and banana are one of my favourite things to put on pancakes. It was so good. I then just watched the UK soaps, finished my journal and put that away, and my older sister stayed for a bit and she's now gone off home, and I'm now off to go and watch New Waterloo Road and Stacey Solomon's Sort Your Life Out, and I'll see you in more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday. I got up early as the dog was barking and needed to be let out to the garden, and then I had some bear cuddles and he's getting so big, and I then had some Nutella hazelnut spread toast, a cup of tea for my breakfast, and just watched a bit of TV and just a bit of music. And my dad had gone off fishing and me and my mum were just watching a little bit of TV, and then I got myself ready to go off for a walk and I was enjoying the lovely sunshine. The weather has been so lovely at the moment, and I listened to music on my headphones whilst on my walk, and headed up to the high street and had a look in some of the charity shops. I went off to one of the book shops and also had a look at W.H. Smith's and bumped into one of my family friends, so I was chatting with them. And then I went off to one of the flower shops and I got some dried flower snacks from there. They're so pretty. I love all the colours on those. And then I was having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeeper in there. And then I went off to one of the pubs and got a drink from there. And I got a mirror selfie from there that I'm show you guys. That golden mirror is so pretty. I then went off to one of the other flower shops. I got some plants. They had a load of new plants in, so I was able to get snaps of those. I love all the succulents and cactuses and the pretty colours and patterns on those succulents and plants. I then mowed my way home and I then got back and had some soft cheese sandwiches and a cup of tea for my lunch. And then me and my mum were just watching a bit of Warehouse 13 and I got a snap of Bear on the sofa. He's so cute. I then played with him in the garden and was trying to tire him out because he had a lot of energy, and then he fell asleep on the sofa and was curled up, and it's just so precious, and I was just having some cuddles with him. I then got my work list for next week, so I wrote those down in my journal. I then wrote a bit of my journal, just a bit of music, and just worked on some illustrations and was kind of so dozing and watching some vlogs and TikToks and did some new TikToks and posted those. And then my mum was getting the tea ready and it smelled so good. And then me and my younger sister were watching some TV and we watched a bit of Friends. I love that show so much. And then my dad got back from being fishing and older brother was back from work. And then we had our tea and I'm sure you guys that. We had spaghetti bolognese for tea, which is probably one of my favourite meals to have. I love spaghetti bolognese so much, all the Parmesan cheese. It's always got to be piled high, and that's probably one of my favourites, that and a Sunday roast. And then afterwards I was just finishing off writing my journal entry for today, put that away and just went on some more illustrations and was coloring some more of those in and just a bit of music. I was then just reading some more of One Day and I'm so close to finishing it and already have another book I'm going to be reading after that. I'm going to be reading the Bridget Jones and About the Boy book. I know that reading that I'm going to be an emotional mess after seeing the film, and I posted a TikTok with a sound from the film with a photo of the book, and it's the one about the white notes and black notes, little quote she does in the film. And yeah, it's just such a great film and I'm looking forward to reading the book as well. And then I was just tidying up my office and my daughter's house a bit more, having a bit of a spring clean at the moment, moving a few things around, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday and I got up early to go off and have a breakfast catch up with Tash. So I got showered and changed and had some bear cuddles, watched a bit of TV and just listened to a bit of music before heading off to meet Tash for our breakfast catch up at Shelley's. And I made my way there and listened to music on my headphones whilst on my walk up to go to Shelley's, and I was enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and the rain is on its way, so I'm making the most of the sunshine while it lasts. It was good while it lasts. I'm just hoping it doesn't rain too much. A little bit of a drizzle, that's what I'm asking for, but no, not like we're probably going to be getting torrential rain, which is going to suck. I've really enjoyed this sunshine, this spring weather that we've been having. Hopefully it comes back soon, and sooner than not. And then I made my way to Shelley's, and I got to Shelley's and Tasha was running a little bit late, so I got 2 mirror selfies from there whilst waiting for her to arrive. I'm going to show you guys. I absolutely love the mirrors in Shelley's. And then Tash arrived and we had our breakfast and I had a fry up from there and a cherry cola. Love cherry cola so much, and I'll show you guys my fry up. It was so good. We were then just having a lovely catch up, chatting about anything and everything, and talking about holiday Brighton in May, which is so exciting. Can't wait to get there. And then we went off to one of the shops just next door called Surroundings, which is such a great shop, and I got some socks from there. And then we went off and had like some more of the child shops. Then went off to one of the flower shops and I got some flower socks. They've got such beautiful colours on, and I got a snap of some succulents. Let me show you guys. They're so pretty, and I love that little dish that they come in. And then as we were leaving, Tash got a snap of me out the front of the entrance with all these flowers around. We then went off and had a look at some more of the shops, and I had a look at the plushie section in one of the shops and did a TikTok using a sound saying, "We'll have a look, of course we'll have a look," and used that sound showing the plushies and put that on TikTok, which seems to be getting lots of likes and attraction. And I just love plushies, but I didn't get any plushies because I don't need any more plushies for now anyway. And then we made our way to Aldi and had a look at the Best Buy section, and I got a pretty mug from there. And then we headed off to go collect my buddy's lunch that I'd ordered just before meeting Tash for breakfast, and I was getting that for me and my younger sister, and Tash got herself one as well. So we headed off there and I collected my buddy's lunch and also got a custard slice from there, and then got some drinks from there. And then we went next door to have a look at the new convenience store that had just opened up next door, and it looks really good in there. And then Tash had her buddies and we sat outside on one of the tables and they had the umbrellas up, and it was actually really nice and cool as we were in the shade. And then the wind picked up a bit and it's got a little bit windy now, so it wasn't as hot, which is good. And then me and Tash said goodbye to each other, and I thanked her for a lovely catch up at Shelley's and going off to the child shops and off to Aldi as well. And I'll be seeing her later on this evening as she's coming to games night at Jen's tonight. She's working the first part of the evening shift, and then she's then finishing and then coming to games night. And I then made way back and I was listening to the Wicked soundtrack as I had Defying Gravity stuck in my head. I kept on singing Unlimited over and over again, and so I had to listen to that song to get out of my head. Such a great song. I cannot wait for part 2 to be out this year. Definitely gonna have to go there with Tash to watch that. And then I got home and my grandma was over, as my mum and grandma had gone out for lunch that they do on Thursdays. And so I was having a nice chat with my grandma, and she'd gone to get a haircut, which is just around the corner. And then I showed my mum and my dad the mug and the socks that I got whilst out, and I'll show you guys those. Here's a few things I got whilst having a look in the child shops with Tash. I got these 2 pairs of socks from one of the shops called Surroundings, which is such a great shop. And I got this blue and white striped pair and this grey pair with stars all over them. And then I got this mug from Aldi. We went in to look at the Best Buy section. Always love to have a good look in there and see what's on offer. And I got this spring flower mug, which is so pretty. Can't wait to have lots of cups of tea in that. I love those socks. Can never have too many pairs of socks. And I got rid of a load of socks, and I realised that I got rid of quite a lot of my like summery, like thinner pairs of socks. So I only had like my winter like really thick socks. So I got those 2 to add to my more summery kind of socks that I can now start bringing forward and putting my more wintry socks to the back of my sock drawer. And I've just been sorting that out. And then I had my buddy's lunch, and I had a tuna cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber, toasted wrap, and had a custard slice for pudding. And I ended up using my mug that I got whilst in Aldi to have a cup of tea in, and it was so good, and I'm sure you guys that. Then after that, I was just tidying up my office and my dollhouse. I'm in a bit of a spring clean kind of mood at the moment. And then my grandma got back from getting a haircut and it looks lovely. And then my mum dropped her home after she stayed for a little bit. And then I was just sorting out my beautiful doll out into a new look, and I'm going to show you guys. Here's Fabrica Doll's new look. Starting off with the shoes, she's got these black buckled shoes on, some black netting stockings, and this beautiful purple floral dress with the netting sleeves and this double chained necklace and her black hat. And this is the whole look. I love that floral dress, very spring vibes. And then I was just reading some more of One Day and had a cup of tea and some biscuits. Did some drawing and colouring in, and was watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos. And I'm now off to go and just chill before going off to games night this evening, and we'll see you when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jen's for the games night. I got to Jen's and we had our tea, and for tea we had some pizza, onion rings and garlic bread, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. And then we had some mochi and some gatto for pudding, and then we were playing some games of Monopoly Deal and Monopoly Bid, and played this game that Tasha and Jamie had brought with them, which is really fun. A little bit complicated, but I'll get the hang of it eventually after playing it a few more times. And then whilst playing some games, we had some bits of fruit that Jamie and Tasha had brought with them, and had a great evening. Always have so much fun at games night. Do get a little bit competitive, but I come from a big family, so trying not to be as competitive. And then it was the end of games night and I got picked up by my mum, got home, and I am now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today. And then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and only have Emmerdale and EastEnders to watch tonight, so I'll be watching those as well. And then I'm going to be having some cereal and probably just chilling, and we'll do some more of One Day, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely end to your week. I got up early, ready to go off to morning group, and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and I just watched a bit of TV before going off to morning group. I then got to morning group and gave one of the morning group members her birthday card and chocolate, as it's their birthday the next day. And then we were doing some baking, and always have so much fun doing baking. And so we got everything ready and then started making some cupcakes, and we added some vanilla extract in there, and it smelled so good. We then put those in the oven to cook, and then we had some cups of tea and biscuits. And one of the other members of the morning group had bought in some wagon wheels and some custard creams. I had some custard creams, they are my favourite biscuit, they are so good. And had a jam wagon wheel, and haven't had one of those in ages. Then the cupcakes were cooked and we got them out ready for them to cool off, so we could then ice them. We then made the icing and they cooled down, and we were able to decorate them, and it was so much fun adding lots of sprinkles on them. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of those decorated. We made and decorated these cupcakes at Morning Group. They look so good. They look so pretty and they rose so well. And we then tidied away, and it was the end of the session, and it always goes so quickly. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. And then I got picked up by my mum, got home, and for my lunch I had some tuna mayonnaise sandwiches with a cup of tea and with one of my cupcakes, and they were so good. My mum also had one with a cup of tea. I then watched a bit of Bargain Hunt, and then I got myself ready and went off on a walk and got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys. I had a lovely stroll. I went on a massive walk and was able to get some really pretty flower snaps. Spring is definitely on its way. Loving all the blossoms and the daffodils and the pretty flowers that are blooming. I then got back and I was just working a bit more of my journal, and have just been working on some illustrations and colour some of those in, and I'm now off to go and do some more illustrations and colour more of those in, and listen to Mayhem, the new Lady Gaga album, which is out today. And I'm going to be chilling before going off to work this evening, and we'll see you when I'm back from work. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at work. I had to work 7 till close, and just before work, me, my older brother and his girlfriend, who was down to stay for the weekend, had taken Bear out for his first ever walk. He was a little bit nervous, but I think he enjoyed it, and it's just going to take him a bit of getting used to being outside. And lots of people were saying how cute he is, and I got a snap of him whilst on our walk. He is so adorable. I can't believe how big he's getting. He's going to be a big boy. And then I got back and got ready for work. I didn't drop to work by my dad. Got to work, got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, and it was me and Tash and one of our colleagues, and they were on and open the next day, so I stayed on till close with Tash, and it was quite busy, so I was running lots of food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and bill taking and cleaning lots of tables, and so on chat to some of the regulars. I was getting some of the cleaning and close jobs done, and then we finished around 11:30ish, and then me and Tash went off to go to one of the pubs, but unfortunately it was shut, so we just called it a night, and I got picked up by my dad, got back, got into my PJs, and for my tea I had some leftover bolognese, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. I then finished writing my journal entry for today, and I am now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and just see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday. I hope you guys all having a lovely weekend. I got up, showered and changed, ready for work. I was doing a 10 till 3, and I had some porridge and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I just watched a bit of TV before work, and then my older brother and his girlfriend had taken Bear out for another walk, and then my dad dropped me off to work, and I went off and had a look around the charge shops just before work, as I was out to work a little bit early. I then got into work, got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, and it was me and 3 other colleagues on shift, so there's 4 of us on, and it was pretty busy, and we had lots of people sitting outside as well as inside, as it was a lovely sunny day with beautiful blue skies, and had lots of people having lots of smoothies and milkshakes, so I was doing lots of smoothies and milkshake making, and I was running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables and doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and saw and chatted to some of the regulars, and then it quieted down, and one of our colleagues who's on split shift went home early, and then I was just cleaning lots of tables and doing some cleaning jobs, and then I got to finish about 2ish, as there didn't need to be 3 of us on, as it calmed down. We had a bit of a wash, and then it calmed down, so I then got clocked off, got my bag and coat, and got changed to my jumper that I've got on now. I love this jumper, such a cute colour. And then I headed off to one of the flower shops, and I got some flower sets on there. I'm going to show you guys. They've got such beautiful flowers in there, lovely colours. I love the roses and the sunflowers, and was having a lovely chat with them in there. Then I went off and had a look inside the charge shops. I went off to one of the boot shops and also had a look in W. Smith's, and then popped into one of the shops in the high street that has a cafe around the back, and I got a mirror selfie from there. I love that cafe, it's so cute, and all the pretty mirrors and plants everywhere. I then got myself some lunch from the co-op, and then headed off for more of my walk, and then my mum called out to say that she was off down to my grandma's, where my aunt, uncle and cousin were, as they've come to stay for the weekend, and asked if I wanted to go down with her, and I was literally right around the corner, so I said I'll meet you there, and the U-turn, and head off to my grandma's, and had a lovely catch up with my aunt, uncle and cousin. It was so good to see them. My mum then shortly arrived, and then me and my mum got back, and my older brother had rugby, older sister was at hers with my older brother's girlfriend, and my dad was watching some rugby, and I had my lunch I got from Co-op, which was so good. I had some chicken Caesar wraps with a cola and some prawn cocktail crisps, which are my favourite crisps ever, and then I put my work uniform in the wash, got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow. I'm doing a 9 till 3, and then I was just reading some more of One Day, working on some illustrations and colouring some of those in, and tidied up my office and my dolls and doll house. And then my older brother got back from rugby, and my older sister and older brother's girlfriend came back to the house, and we were then playing some games, and then we ordered tea. It was so delicious, and I'm now off to go and watch tonight's Britain's Got Talent and finish writing my journal entry for today and then put that away. And then me and my siblings are going to be playing some more games, and I will see you in more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely Sunday rest. I got up ready for work and I was doing a 9 till 3, and I had my breakfast and was just watching a bit of TV before work. And my dad was going to be dropping me up to work, but he had to take my older brother to the minor injury unit as he'd hurt his foot playing rugby yesterday. And so I headed up to work and listened to music on my headphones whilst on the way up, and I was enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies. We've been having such lovely weather at the moment. I then got to work, got clocked in and put my bag away, and it was me and one other colleague to start with, and I was helping open up. And then one of our other colleagues who I was on shift with came in at 10, and it was me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and it was busy but calm at the same time, so it wasn't too crazy, which was kind of nice because last Sunday was absolutely chaotic. So it's kind of nice to have a bit more of a chilled Sunday. And I was running food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning tables, and someone tried to sort the regulars, and we had people sitting inside as well as outside, so I was making sure to clean the tables outside as well, and was serving food and drinks out there as well as inside. And then I finished at 3 and I clocked off and got my bag and got changed into a jumper I had in my bag. I then made my way off to have a look in Aldi at Best Buys, and then went off to go get myself a milkshake from one of the cafes. Unfortunately, it was really busy in there, so I didn't end up getting a milkshake from there. I did, however, get a really nice selfie from there that I'll show you guys. I love that mirror with the lanterns either side, it's so cute. I then popped down to one of the pubs where my mate works and was having a lovely chat with him, and then his partner and their baby came along, and so I got to see them as well. And I can't believe that their baby's going to be 1 next month. It's insane how quick she's growing. And then I went off to go to Co-op and got myself some lunch from there, but they literally had nothing left in the middle of the section, so kind of just gave up. I then made my way home and had a lovely stroll back, enjoying the lovely sunshine that we're having at the moment. And I got some flower starts that I'll show you guys. Spring is definitely on its way, and I'm loving all the flowers and blossoms that I'm able to get snaps of what's on my walks now. And then I got this pretty leaf snap. They've got such lovely colours and patterns on. And then I got a snap of this little waterfall. I love the things that I come across what's on my walks. I then got back and I got changed into some quarter lengths and a thinner jumper, as the one I had on was quite thick and it's quite warm, so I was absolutely melting. So I've got into some cooler clothes. I just sat and chilled by the fan and just watched a bit of TV, and then I had a cup of tea in my flower mug, which I love. It's probably one of my favourite mugs, and had some sausage sandwiches. And then me, my dad and my older brother and his girlfriend were watching the rugby, and my mum then went off and collected our grandma to come over for tea, and we were having a Sunday roast, and my mum had been getting that ready and it smelled so good. And then my older sister came over. My younger brother and his girlfriend weren't able to attend the Sunday roast as they were invited out, and so it was just me, my mum, my dad, older brother and his girlfriend, older sister and our younger sister, and we had our Sunday roast. The Sunday roast was so good, and I've been thinking about this Sunday roast all day. It was my motivation to get through my shift, and it didn't disappoint. Love a Sunday roast. And then we had some pudding, and I had some lemon meringue pie. The lemon meringue pie was so delicious. And then we tidied away, and my grandma then got dropped home, and my older sister stayed for a bit, and we played some games. And then she went off home, and so did my older brother's girlfriend. And I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today and have a few days coming up off. So I'm looking forward to setting no alarms and being able to have some lions and I am going to be watching some more episodes of Doctor Who, and cannot wait for new Doctor Who coming out on the 12th of April, which is very exciting. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week and weekend, and all have a great week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon.